Hello, you dudes!
Mike Peralta, semi-daily vlogs. Music Mike vlogs. Okay. Hello, you dudes. What's going on? This is Mike Peralta's vlog. Music Mike vlogs. YouTube / Anyway, kind of tired today, but I wanted to do a quick vlog and say hello to everybody. And I wanted to tell you about a dream that I had, which is kind of silly. And I just realized this awesome thing that my buddy told me actually totally works. So are you guys like sweating your asses off in your rooms? Do you have like a south or a west facing window or something like that, and the freaking heat's coming in, it's killing you? Okay, this bed right here, I've been sleeping on top of it, and even with that, I've been waking up in a mic-shaped pile of sweat each morning. And I probably should have tried to figure this out before, and I guess the idea was sort of already out there, but you know, sometimes it takes a friend telling you about it before you just like really get it, you know what I'm saying? But my buddy told me that you can basically cover the windows with like aluminum foil or something like that and block out some of the sun rays. I should have already known that, because I took freaking physics, and I know that the light waves are photons, and when they hit the freaking atoms, they disappear and then vibrate the atoms, so light is heat. Even if you, you know, have an insulated window, any light that gets through is heat. So, you know, like I do photography and stuff like that. So I have like these foam core, like white cardboard things. You can totally buy them at like a craft store, like Target or something like that. But it looks like a cardboard piece, like a rectangular cardboard piece of paper, but it's like got a little foam in the middle, so it's kind of rigid. Anyway, so what I did is I freaking took 2 of the photography foam core boards and just stuck them in the windows as a temporary solution to see if the concept would actually work. According to the area that those are covering, I might gain another 20% of cooling if I do like a permanent solution, or I don't know, get some like UV plastic or something like that. I don't even know. But yeah, so now my room is like actually kind of cool. My programming computer room is actually much hotter now, and I haven't woken up in a pile of sweat in freaking days. So awesome. So if you guys are having heat problems, these things are seriously like $3 for the cardboard things. Just go buy a couple, stick them in your windows, and see if it feels cooler. Most people recommend like aluminum foil on one side, because that reflects even more light away. Oh, by the way, because if it reflects the light, then the photon can't absorb into the atom. It just goes away, so all the heat is totally like reflected. But I was worried that maybe I'd be like throwing direct sunlight mirrored into my neighbor's window, so I just used the white stuff. Yeah, so anyway, what's going on, you guys? Yeah, I always like to film this because it makes me look cool. You know, it's kind of like, let's see, it's kind of like this. Freaking dork talking on his camera, and then, oh my god, he's so cool. You know what I'm saying? The guitar musician effect doesn't actually work for me. I usually run away from fans after shows. Like, you know, it's like I usually play in mall situations, so I don't really have fans who like show up and, you know, they have like my t-shirt on, they're like screaming. Those people are usually just on the internet, not at the mall shows. So when I play at mall shows, you know, people just walk by, and then occasionally somebody will stay and listen, and then occasionally, you know, I'll have somebody, you know, trying to talk to me afterwards. And if it happens to be a cute girl, this is me. Thanks. And then I find an excuse to like run away. Thank you so much. I'll give you MP3s. Like when I give like a pretty girl my MP3s, that's me saying like I love you basically, and then I run away. Oh, maybe she'll listen to my MP3s and then email me and tell me she loves me. But then that's sad, because I also give everybody else MP3s too, so you never know. Anyway, oh yeah, my dream. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna cut the camera just in case it cuts me off while I'm talking. But yeah, you know, I have dreams where I have to force every once in a while. And the other night I had a dream where I had super strength somehow. So without like dragging it on too much, basically I had a dream where I like had super strength, and I was so happy. But then it kind of drove me crazy, because at first I was like lifting up blocks and like tables and chairs and stuff and smashing things. And it's like, man, this is cool, I gotta continue to prove my strength. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. And it eventually got to the point where I wasn't myself trying to prove that I was strong anymore. It got to the point where I was like, I saw myself as like a monster. And I was like walking around like angry with my own strength, like walking around like, and then just like slapping a building and knocking it down and stuff, and everything was crumbling and people were screaming. And then I just decided, you know, I've got to prove my strength to the world. And I like, in the dream, like I turned into a nightmare. Like the dream was good, the dream was an awesome dream, but I turned into a nightmare in the dream. And I decided that I was basically going to take over the world and that I wasn't human anymore. So I just like started tearing off all my clothes and I was walking around in my boxer shorts in the dream, because I apparently thought that I was so strong that I didn't even have a need for human clothes anymore, which in the dream was true, because I didn't really feel the effects of, like, you know, the heat or the cold or the wind or, like, you know, whatever else was going on, all the different places I was running around. So I'm basically a guy with like bare feet in my underwear and nothing else, walking around like this, and I still look like myself. So I look like a somewhat fit guy who's like a little bit on the, you know, slim side, kind of like in the arms and stuff, maybe a little bulk here and there, and then like a little bit of a belly at the bottom too. I was walking around like that in my underwear, and I thought I was like so cool, and I thought people were like so afraid of me, and they weren't until I showed them how strong I was. Then all of a sudden, for some reason, I remembered in the dream that Arnold Schwarzenegger was making an appearance at the local high school gymnasium, like during some kind of an assembly. So like in my freaking underwear, I like walk into the damn, it was like a nightmare, like I turned into a joke. I walked into the gymnasium with this high school assembly with teachers and principals and everybody all hanging out, and Arnold Schwarzenegger like talking on a microphone, like making a presentation about fitness. And I like burst into the door in my freaking boxer shorts, and I just point at him and I go, "Schwarzenegger! I challenge you to a test of strength!" And then everybody started cheering because they thought that Schwarzenegger was going to destroy me. And then I guess Schwarzenegger noticed that I had like destroyed the door as I opened it, and, you know, destroyed a couple of like chairs and like bench areas as I was walking past them too. And he decided he didn't want to do a strength thing against me, so he tricked me somehow into, instead of doing like a strength thing like bench press, and I don't even know why I thought I needed to do that, by the way. He tricked me into thinking that a good contest to do would be like eggs that weren't even like eggshells. They were like red pieces of plastic with egg yolk inside them, and then we like had to bounce them on the floor and then hit each other in the head, and then, you know, sometimes they would break and sometimes they would just bounce off again. So the winner was whoever like broke the most like egg yolks on the other person's head. And I was literally like, this is why it's funny, because I thought I was so serious, and I thought I was so badass in the dream. I was like going off the edge, and I got tricked into playing a game where egg yolks were smashing on my head, and I still thought of myself like so seriously and so highly, with egg yolks like dripping down my head, like they were dripping down my head, and I was like, "I'll get the next one, Schwarzenegger." So then about this time, I guess, because, you know, when your dreams are too ridiculous, then you start kind of waking up. You know, they have to make sense at some level for you to stay in them. So I started kind of like going, what am I doing? Why am I acting like this? And then I looked at Schwarzenegger and I realized, why did I think that my first step to dominating the entire world would be to challenge Arnold Schwarzenegger to a contest of strength? He's an old freaking man. Like, he used to be, you know, the bomb. Like, he used to be like so strong, but he's just a human, right? So if you have like unlimited strength, then going up against a human doesn't really prove anything. You need to go up against a tank. You know what I'm saying? And you know, tell some jet fighters to freaking bomb you, and then just go, "I don't care, I don't care," you know. So I thought like proving it against like a bodybuilder was gonna like make me dominate the world. And I also forgot that he was like a freaking old man now. Schwarzenegger, if you ever see this, love you, man, but you know, you're getting old. I saw it in one of your interviews. You actually were complaining about your own age and your own strength, so don't get mad at me. But then I snapped out of it a little bit more. I'm like, why am I acting like this? Why do I think that this is going to prove anything? What the fuck is this egg game that we're playing? It doesn't even mean anything. So then I stopped, and I'm like, I'm sorry, and then, you know, I started talking to him a little bit, and then I was like putting on my clothes, like trying to get back into the spirit of being human again, and all of a sudden I remembered in the dream that my mom was volunteering as like the janitor for the gymnasium event. And she was like extremely shy because she loves Arnold Schwarzenegger. When she first started trying to teach me to work out when I was a little kid, she would always reference his books and like that video, you know, I forgot what it was, like Pumping Up or Pumping Iron or something, where he was like doing bicep curls and then he's like smoking a doob and he's like, "Yeah, it feels good," or something, you know what I'm saying? So she's like a super fan of his, and she was super shy because she was right next to him, and I'm like, I started like becoming a good person again. And I started thinking, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll get my mom to meet her hero, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I was like so excited about the idea, and I ran over to her. And I'm like, Mom, meet Arnold Schwarzenegger. And she was like so shy that she was talking like a baby. Like the baby voice that we make to Freddy. She was like, oh, hello, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm Jennifer. And yes, I'm vacuuming. And it was so sad. It was like Adam Sandler, I guess, doing an impression of something. So, I don't know, it was so sad. So then I felt bad for her, and I started like telling him things on her behalf, like, you know, she used to get me to work out, and she would tell me about you all the time, and she loves that you're going to be in the Expendables, or you were, or something like that. He did a cameo in the first one. I don't know if he's in the second one. Anyway, I just started telling him stuff back and forth. Then eventually, like, I woke up, so I guess that was a completely ridiculous story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, so we woke up, I thought I was going to dominate the world with my strength. I chose to fight an old man with egg yolks on the top of our heads. And then I told my baby-talking mom that that she should meet her hero, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Anyway, so it was pretty cool. Weird story. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hey, I hope if you remember anything, it's that you don't have to sweat this summer, even though it's already freaking like the middle of August. I should have told you this next year or 2 months ago. So we'll see. Next year, if you guys are still around, I'm going to make another video that's where I say the exact same thing as this. Some of you are going to be realizing, and some of you are going to realize, Mike likes to repeat things. Anyway, I'm almost done with my cover of Gaultier, somebody that I used to know. Do you see this blank screen? Yeah, that proves that I'm working on it, because I forgot to turn on the computer before I started vlogging. But yeah, I think I almost have a good mix. I'm going to have to give up soon in terms of like getting it perfect, because I'm just like not... You know, I don't want to spend like, you know, like a month recording just like a cover song. So I'm just going to say like it's as good as it is, whatever. And then I have a friend named Joyce that I think is interested in it still. And we got to like get together and get her recording a little bit on it. And then we'll like do the videos in the garage. Anyway, so I want to say hello. How are you guys doing? Blah, 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 blah. Tell me what's up. Tell me things about yourselves in the comments. I liked reading it that one time. It was cool. When you guys were saying like what you were up to and what you were doing and stuff. Somebody like did not get laid because they were dumb, and somebody like had a tooth thing, and somebody hurt their back, and somebody likes turtles. Yeah, so tell me what's going on again, and subscribe and tell your friends and share and all that stuff, and I'll see you later, and thanks for listening to my story, and I'll stare into your souls, and don't get diarrhea, you freaking dudes. Subscribe, comment, and share, and stuff. Such a pretty place, hope I don't get missed. See the butter smile, take your chat a while. Eating ice and cream, drunk and selling scenes. Saw the future's pie.